Alright, what is up, my BK Birdies? Welcome back to Encourage Corner. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Yeah, it's a special day today, for I am not alone. I have 2/3 of the Three Musketeers with me, also known as recycled BTS trash. My friends Arial and Nia. Woo woo.
Hello.
Nia.
I guess Nia's just not with us today.
Nia.
Maybe you were right when you said 2/3 of the Three Musketeers.
Can you hear me now?
Now
yes, we can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Good.
Yes.
Huh, interesting.
Yes. I figured it would be cool to have you guys on the show because it's a K-pop themed episode and we're somewhat experts on the topic, so I think it'll be fun. But before we start, I kind of just want to free talk, I guess, about the show. Have you guys actually listened to any of the episodes before, Encourage Corner episodes?
Yes, I've caught an episode. I like that you introduced some music. It's very fun. Makes me feel fuzzy.
Fuzzy.
Yeah.
So, do you remember which episode you listened to? Or at least the song?
Let me get a list.
What about you, Nia?
Yeah, I've listened to a couple, I don't know how many, but yeah, when I'm doing my nails, I listen to them.
Oh, I think you told me you came in during, it was the one I did for Wiz Khalifa, right?
Yeah,
the No Pain, No Gain
it was
one.
that one. I've been listening since then.
Okay.
And as a listener of the show, I just want to say that you really have to get your upload schedule in check because I've done my nails twice now and there's not been a new episode.
Shots fired.
I can't. Look, I'm trying, okay? We discussed this at the beginning of the year.
No pressure.
I said I would be on time. But, Well, no. I clarified. I said, we've moved on from it being every Wednesday upload to an every other Wednesday upload.
Right.
So, and if I miss that one, then it's just a surprise upload. Surprise! I uploaded after 2 weeks or 3 weeks missing.
Exactly.
Yay. So would you guys say you're a birdie?
Yeah. I don't like birds,
Yay.
but for you...
I am a BK birdie. I'm not just any birdie.
Yeah. BK birdie. See, Ariel gets it. Are you a BK birdie, Nia?
Yeah.
Even though you don't like birds. But you gotta like these birds, though.
Yeah, I'm a BK birdie. So if you moved back,
Okay.
are you gonna be BU? It's gonna be BU birdie?
BU
What?
birdie.
BU birdie?
Go back to the
Yeah.
States. Yeah. You're Bria Korea, but what if you have to be Bria United States?
Or America? Are you just going to America?
Oh,
BA
BA
birdie. BA birdie. Nah, it's forever BK birdie. Yeah. Because that's where it started. It's all about the origin.
True.
Origin story. Are you the hero or the villain?
Ooh.
No, right now,
It's the hero.
in Korea,
I don't know.
it's the hero, but if she moves back, it's gonna be the villain origin.
Oh, then I'll be the
Yeah.
villain.
Villain arc. Villain
Right.
arc.
Ooh, that'd actually be cool. So then, I'm encouraging people here. So when I go back, I'll just trash talk everybody.
Discourage people. You have to spread negativity and hate.
Exactly.
Like, yes.
Disencourage.
Like, let me tell you about this stupid person that was walking slow in front of me. I was screaming, move, B,
story
get out the
time
way.
about how I committed a hate crime.
No, if you move back, you're going to be complaining about traffic 24/7.
Well, I don't drive, so I won't complain about it. At all. Yeah, I'll just be at home. Unless, like, I'm in the car with my mother and she's driving, but then she'll be complaining. I'll just be chilling and, you know, being in charge of the music.
Secondhand.
Yeah.
Like secondhand complaining.
So, moving on, like today's episode, like I said, is very special. This one is K-pop themed. So, what we're gonna do, like, I have like 3 situations. I guess that's surrounding like someone who's from like the K-pop scene, and I just want to like get your guys's opinions or like reactions to like each of the situation, and you just give your honest opinion on what you think about it. So today's episode is called "You Against the World." You against the world. Yes, because everybody's out to get you. Or out to get these K-pop stars because they in the limelight. Yo.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So like I guess we'll just hop into it. So the first one is, I don't know if, like, do you guys remember like the whole situation with BI from iKON and then Top from Big Bang?
No, not really.
Wasn't that drugs related?
I thought that was, but
Yeah, it was like, drug like related and stuff. So like the one, I guess we can start off with like BI. So I actually found like this excerpt from Quora, like online, that basically explains the whole situation. So I'm gonna just read it, and then after that, you guys just say whatever you feel from it or think about it. So it says so this is about BI. It says like when he was 19 years old, like 3 or 4 years ago, says he got embroiled with Han So-hee, like that girl, I guess, that was just like taking out all the K-pop artists and stuff, just like bringing them all down and stuff, just all at the same time, just knocking them like all out and stuff. It says, embroiled Han So-hee, the same drug dealer who exposed T.O.P's heinous crime of toking a few joints just to save her sorry behind. This is the person. It said, in their neck of the woods, the dealers are the ones that the cops want to find, and it's users who can get a deal by exposing them. Like, also, small-time dealers are usually pressured to reveal their suppliers. But apparently, in South Korea, the cops want celebrity names to be, besmirched and stuff. And so this princess held on to this Kakao talk chat message for 3 years and finally brings it to the cops to show how evil YG, which may actually be an accurate assumption about that guy, paid her to keep quiet about his artist, specifically BI. And it seems BI wanted to experiment with LSD, and he found all the Timothy Leary stuff about opening your consciousness and whatnot, and asked this girl to get him some, and that's it. But when questioned, BI stated he chickened out and had not done it, so he did no drugs. So note, he never tested positive for drugs at all. And the cops had this girl for drug dealing, and she'd at first said BI was a client, but then was it reneged or something, like took back her statement when YG paid her, that her story plausible purely because YG did visit her after she was picked up, but she's a known liar and hates YG. And it says, what's so infuriating about this is YG forced BI to resign and throw him out for nothing. The guy isn't being charged with the thing. YG has treated iKON deplorably for years, and this is just the icing on the cake, especially considering how Top did not get the same treatment even though he was convicted. Blah, 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 doo, doo, doo. It says they hope Icon leaves YG, grabs BI as their leader once again, and signs to a decent company. So, pretty much situation, he got caught up with some dealer because he was curious about LSD, but then chickened out, and then the person ratted him out, and YG was like, yeah, you gotta dip, even though you didn't do anything, but yeah, bye-bye. And yeah, so I wanted to know, like, what did you guys like think of like the situation, well, at least like his situation? Like, do you think it was fair, you know, like for him to be kicked out and stuff like that, even though like he didn't actually do the LSD? All he did was like come in contact with someone who sells it.
Yeah, so I think like it has to do with like how the group was already perceived by the media, because like when it comes to Big Bang and Top, like Big Bang was already like the biggest thing. So like even if they do something bad, like the perception from the media is already so positive that it's a lot easier to sweep that under the rug. But when you have Icon is like very famous among people that like K-pop, but outside of the K-pop community, Icon has like nothing really to their name. And I don't think that they really hit Korean media a lot outside of that. So when like the only thing about Icon in the mainstream media is leader does drugs, then I could see why that YG would just be like, okay, let's just remove him and try to save this group. Because that's like the only thing that the media that's hit like mainstream media is that the leader does drugs. So I understand why it's a little bit unfair, but I think it has to do with like how they were already perceived by the media before the incidents occurred.
It's sucky, like, because I feel like even what's his name, like the one that got into the huge scandal, like with like all those people at that club.
Sunny?
That Sun. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. It's like
That
like,
was crazy. That was
his situation.
Else.
That situation. You know, is, you know, I feel like, you know, he should be kicked out and stuff for that. But I felt like for like BI, like even though he's like the leader and stuff, I just hate that media paints it in the picture of like, oh, he does drugs, but he didn't. Like, he was just like, he was curious, but he chickened out. Like, he didn't do it though. So and then with like Top though, all he did was like smoke some weed, and then they were just angry at him for that, and then made him take all this medication that was way worse than anything that we could ever do to him, and just messed him up, like the medication, like for that. So
I didn't know about the medication.
Yeah, they gave him like a whole bunch of like meds and all this stuff for his apparent problem, but those were like way worse. Have a worse effect on his body.
Some medicines here are like really restricted in the States, but here they just kind of pass it out like candy. Yeah. Like here, if you go to a psych doctor and you're like, I have insomnia, they're just like, here's Xanax. They don't ask you any further questions. There's just like, here's some Xanax. Have fun. Like, and Xanax is really serious. Like, it's really addicting. And like, if you take it for a really long time, it'll really mess you up. So I'm not surprised that they were just like, oh, here's some meds. This will fix your problem. Because that's kind of how Korea handles mental health.
Yeah.
So I could see that, like, yeah, they're like, yeah, we just, like, took him to the psych doctor and we gave him some medicine. And see, he's better now. Even though it probably didn't help at all.
No.
Yeah.
Not it. I mean, because it wasn't a big problem. Like, he just wanted to ease his mind. Like, just chill. Like, look, weed just makes you chill. It makes you hungry. It makes you, I don't know.
Yeah, it's really not that big of a deal.
It's not. But not at all.
Yeah,
But Korea feels very strongly about it, though.
Kind of what Ariel was saying. Definitely, I've seen with other groups as well. It just depends on the timing and, you know, what's being shared, like the article titles. Because I don't know if you guys heard about Wano when he didn't get kicked out, he left of Monsta X, but it was like allegedly he did something which he actually didn't do, but he left the group anyway. And I just feel like, one, the drug thing in Korea is like really serious. I don't know if you guys heard, but like, Koreans, you can't even like go to another country and do drugs. Like, it's illegal for any Korean anywhere to do drugs. So that's number one. Like, it's really serious for some reason, but it is. And then two, I think companies just don't want that attached to a group. And especially if it's just one member, it's probably just easier to like kick them out or ask them to leave. I think it's weird for Icon to lose that particular member, because if I remember correctly, he was like the most popular one. So like,
yeah, and he was one of the most, like, him and Bobby were like the
it was BI and Bobby. They carry that
exactly.
Group.
So
yeah.
And then I think it also has to do with, again, how big the group is and how important it is to the company. Like we said, Big Bang, that's basically YG at this point. That's how they're making a lot of their money. But, you know, if you are a smaller group, then I think it's just about ease.
Not they're about easier disposable.
Yeah, not what's like fair and I think also a lot of times in Korean media, even though the what's it called? The law where you like can't really like talk bad about people is very strict. Like they'll like have all these
the defamation
laws are really strict, but these articles will just say stuff as fact, and then later on they'll be like maybe a small article that it wasn't true, but you've circulated all over that this is true, and then it turns out to not be true.
Yeah.
And then like the damage is done. So
yeah, and I've noticed like Korean media is way more echo chambery than like the media I'm used to in the US. Because like in the US, I'm used to like media that has like a political spin and everybody like has their own way of coming at it. But Korean media, I feel like overall is way more of just an echo chamber where like if one article comes out and gets enough traction, then all the news sites just post basically the exact same article but change some of the words.
Yep. Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah, because like especially like I noticed that during the pandemic where I was like, oh yeah, y'all really just copy and paste. But so like I could see like one like mainstream media source being like, you know, the leader of this group does drugs, and then all the other ones are like, oh, that article got really popular, I'm just gonna copy and paste that.
Yeah.
And then suddenly it's like a huge scandal.
And they're also banking on that people don't read the articles. Because if you actually read the article, it does say, like, supposedly, and then you see, like, a drug dealer gave this information, which obviously most people would be like, I'm not gonna take that as fact, because they're probably trying to just save their own skin. But they're just banking on people reading the title, and that's it.
Like, no, I'm gonna click on it.
I feel like that's human nature. Yeah, I feel like if people care about like K-pop in the group, they'll click on it. But like if you're just like the average Joe and you don't care about K-pop and that's just what pops up in your newsfeed, you would just be like, oh, well, Icon is trash, and you would move on with your day.
Yeah.
So I think it's because that's why I think Big Bang got different treatment, because like everyone knows who Big Bang is in Korea. Like everyone. So, like, even if a bad article came out about them, people would be like, well, I don't care about this one bad article. I know Big Bang. Their songs slap. Like, you're not going to change my mind. But when it comes to a group like Icon, that article can sink the entire group, because all of the average people that don't really have any involvement in K-pop are going to be like, oh, that's the drug group. I'm not going to... I don't want anything to do with that group.
Yeah.
It sucks it's like that, though.
It does suck. Like, it definitely, like, whatever the value of your group name has, like, a huge impact on how the media, like, comes at you.
Yeah, even that guy, and it's weird because, I don't know if you guys remember, there used to be another guy in Super Junior. He got kicked out for drunk driving twice, not one time. He did it one time, he went on a break, and they brought him back. And then he did it again, and they were like, listen.
He did it again.
Yeah. It's too far. But, I think also drunk driving it's serious, but I don't think...
pretty serious, yeah.
I don't think in Korea, it's that serious.
It's
I think
it's not that serious here. Even the laws here, what happens when you get prosecuted for it, you don't get nearly as harshly punished here as you do in the States.
No, I read
they actually treat you you were sick, basically. We can't blame you for this because you were sick. And it's no, that's a decision that they made.
There was this one thing I remember reading. Well, I didn't read the whole thing. I guess I was one of the ones that read the title. But this dude, it said he was in charge of running this child pornography website, and he was sentenced to just 2 years, 2 years in prison. I was two.
Yeah, and they protect their identity too. That's what gets me. Is they get to be anonymous too, so that way even when they get released back into society, no one will know it was them. So they get to literally go back to a normal life.
No, that's not how it works. You need to be exposed for your wrongdoing, so we know. Even also for our own protection too. Stay away from this person because they did this.
Yeah, they don't.
Yeah.
The sentencing is weird. I'll just say that.
Yeah, some things are quite odd in the sentencing here. But, it's, I don't want to pull up patriarchy, but that's what happens when, everybody in the government's a man and they don't really care about the sex trafficking. It doesn't really make them that angry. So, why prosecute that when it doesn't bother anybody? So.
It's pretty deep. I guess we can do the second one real quick, though.
Let's do the second situation.
So it's kind of similar. Well, not that similar, but it's along the lines of, once again, media exposure and all that stuff. But you remember, well, it's still kind of happening now too, but all the bully allegations, everyone's just popping out of nowhere. It's oh, this person was a bully in middle school. Oh, this person was a bully in middle school. Oh, this person was a bully. Oh, I got bullied by this person. Everyone's just being exposed for being, bullies and stuff, back in school. And then because of these allegations, either A, being kicked out of their group, or netizens, as they say, are asking for this said person to be kicked out the group, or going on hiatuses and just basically kind of ruining their careers and stuff for these type of bullying allegations and stuff. But then sometimes in detail, when they're asked about it multiple times, their these supposedly victims and stuff end up changing their stories, and just their details aren't very concise and everything like that, and they're just saying all this stuff just to bring down this artist and whatnot. I mean, sometimes the allegations are true, but then other times, or a lot of the times, it's just because they just either A, I guess, don't like the person in general, or just want to have some type of 5 seconds of fame or something like that. I don't know. What do you guys think about all these bully allegations and stuff?
Well, this is kind of ironic because I had a conversation about this on Clubhouse one time. Because
really?
Yeah, because it's not I don't think bullying is bad, but to me I was why is it this serious that years later it would affect someone's career years later? I didn't get it. And someone told me that when they're saying bullying, they don't mean picking on someone. They
They do not mean the U.S.
They
bullying.
mean hardcore driving someone to suicide bullying. So I mean, first of all, I feel that should be explained, because whenever they translate the articles in English, it's just bullying, and I'm okay, if they were in middle school, They could have grown from
Yeah.
that. But, so, that's one thing. And then, yeah, two, I think it's just the easiest way to attack someone is to say they did this, because it would be hard to, like, prove that they didn't do that. So, I do think it is, on one hand, a way for people to attack other people, and then, on the other hand, there's some people who actually were like that who should be exposed, because, I mean, if you bully someone to that point, I think you need some type of mental intervention, because that's really ridiculous.
I mean, I get it, like, especially if the accusations and stuff are, true. It's like, if you were, like, the victim of, like, being bullied by, like, this, idol or whatever, like, say, back in elementary school, middle school, or high school, and, like, they really affected your life or, like, really made you miserable and stuff, and they're just on their high horse, and, like, now they're, like, this big-time artist, and people are loving on them. Like, you would feel kind of salty. It's like, like, you feel like, I guess the person feels like they don't deserve, like, to...
Right, but you'll feel like...
to have this and stuff.
This person is being fake to get all of this, but the real person is someone who would bully someone to this extent.
Yeah, like, who's, like, very hateful, and they're just pretending to be all lovey-dovey and silly and stuff. Like, but, I've seen the real them. I've experienced their hatred. So, I want to expose them.
Because Korean bullying, when they're talking about bullying, it's no joke. Like, the stereotypical bullying is in a classroom, they'll choose a wangda. They'll choose, like, the one kid, and they're basically like, I'm gonna drive this kid to suicide now. And so they literally make their life absolute hell. And what's even worse, they'll even do things that's worthy of going to the police. But what's worse is the school doesn't want, like, their reputation ruined. So the school will do everything in their power to make it not go to the police. Because they don't want the school to get media attention. So, like, it's a very common problem, and, like, it's really disgusting. It's not like that, give me your lunch money, I'm gonna call you names. Like, it's like they'll literally pick one or two kids in the class, and they'll just completely ruin their lives. So, I take that for, like, I don't know, but I always take each situation as, you gotta look at them each as individuals, because all of them are just he said, she said situations.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So, I think when, like, a bullying accusation comes out, it's like, you just have to take some time, look at the person's accusations, see if it actually holds up, see if it lines up, make sure they're not, like, changing their story, and and just, like, look at it as a case by case. So whenever I see, like, a bullying accusation, I don't immediately, like, want to condemn the idol. But if the story adds up, it'd be like, you almost made someone kill themselves. Maybe you should not be on stage pretending to be, everyone's best friend.
Yeah, but the thing, too, is, again, people just read these and, go along with it. So, I've seen, personally, like, on YouTube, they'll start making, like, videos of, like, instances of when this idol was bullying the other members. And then it turns out that wasn't true at all. But, you can fit things to any context that you want.
Yeah, like, by editing.
Right,
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think, again, it's the headlines just running with something without even, like, verifying the facts, and then people just being judgmental. Like,
and I think it comes back to the echo
Yeah.
chamber too, where if, like, one article gets traction, then it just echo chambers to everyone.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
They say
I don't know.
the perfect idol is one with no past. Because nothing can come up. They can't get to.
Just have a full identity
Right.
change.
You can't have existed before you were an idol.
Nope.
Yeah.
Just erase everything. Everything before idle time, just erase. It never happened. Nothing happened.
Exactly.
Except you were born, and then you jumped into being an idol. That's it. So, well, I guess we can get into the third one. This third one, though, is like, I don't know, like one of the sensitive ones, like for me, because recently I became a big fan of Stray Kids and stuff, right? And when getting into Stray Kids, I saw that there was 9 members instead of 8, and I was very curious about that. I was like, oh, well, what happened to this 9th member?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because honestly, I thought you were gonna bring that up earlier because Hyunjin and the bullying, and the other guy who left Stray Kids. I was like, I should bring this up.
Yes. Oh yeah. With Hyunjin and like the bullying part, though, like I kind of did like what Arial like said, like he has a bullying allegation, like because I didn't really know about them
then.
Back then, like when he had his his being accused of being a bully and stuff, I known of them and stuff, but I was like, oh, there's this guy, he might be a bully, but then he wasn't.
Exactly.
I was like, oh, okay, and I just went about my life, Yeah, that was pretty much it. But then like this guy, Kim Woojin, the 9th member, is what this big finale of the 3 is about, and also the background music that you are currently listening to. One of his songs, well, at the beginning was one of his songs, Still Dream, and then the current song we are currently listening to is his song Purple Sky, which is very, very pretty. Very, very pretty song. I highly recommend you listen to it. Again, that is Kim Woojin, Purple Sky. Please add it to your playlist right now. Yes. Arial and Nia, you should also
click.
add it
click,
to
click,
your
click, click. Oh, yes,
playlist.
tap, not click, click.
Yes, Purple
tap,
Sky.
tap, tap, tap.
It is very good, though. And the Still Dream song is also a good listen as well. Because this whole album, he speaks about his situation that I will speak upon or give you the short version, Spark Notes version of, and it's kind of heartwarming and touching. Well, his situation is kind of sad, well, at least to me. So, without further ado, here is Kim Woojin's situation, short version. So, his timeline. So he was a trainee at JYP, starting out, and then selected by Bangtan, the leader of Stray Kids, because they left it in his hands to be able to choose the members of the group, which I thought was pretty cool. And then apparently they did a survival show, or a survival series or show back in 2017, of which they were chosen to be the next debut artists from JYP. And then during this survival show, they really worked really hard to be able to debut as 9 members, though at one point 2 members almost didn't debut, but everyone voted for them to debut because OT9. And then they debuted together in 2018. But then in October, I think it was October, somewhere around that time, but 2019, around when I guess they were doing promotions, Kim Woojin suddenly terminated his contract, and I kind of wanted to read the statement from JYP. It says, Stray Kids member Woojin has left due to personal reasons and has canceled his exclusive contract. We apologize for causing trouble to many fans with this sudden news. In relation to this Stray Kids mini album, I do not know how to pronounce that, but the Levante album that was expected to release on November 25th has been delayed to December 9th. We apologize again to the fans who have been waiting. Do cheer for Woojin, who is going on a new path. We also ask for Stay's warm support for the 8 members of Stray Kids who will move towards their dreams with their compass. So that was the statement from JYP and about him leaving. But then after that, they actually supported him leaving, which was really good. But then the following year of 2020, the lovely 2020 that everybody loves, woohoo, he was accused of sexual assault, underlined accused. And after that, Stave basically went on a rampage and destroyed everything of his defaced photo cards, posted pictures with nasty, childish comments, and just pretty much just disowned Kim Woojin. And he pretty much became like the villain of the K-pop world, or at least in their eyes. But lo and behold, it turned out he was innocent of this, because someone was just being, I guess, what do you call it, anti, or just a nasty person, and falsely accused him of this action. And because of this, there is now a rift between the fandoms, between stays, those who are fans of Stray Kids, and those who are fans of Kim Woojin. And it seems that new members, or not new members, but like new fans of Stray Kids, seem to gravitate towards actually being a fan of Kim Woojin and understanding his situation, versus those who were with Stray Kids starting out from, before they debuted to their debut till now. So, and for me, I think like his situation is pretty, like, it sucks that he kind of went through like a lot of this. Like, I get why a lot of the fans and stuff are hurt, or kind of want to turn their backs on him, like, because of like the allegations. But then again, if they are true fans of his, it would be nice to actually wait it out and to see if said allegations are true before doing such disturbing things and being such, I don't know, childish and nasty people, towards him. But he's moving forward and trying his best as a solo artist. The only thing, like, for me, like, within this story is like there's a hole in the situation when it comes to the reason why he left the group in the first place, because all we know is that he terminated his contract because of personal reasons, but we don't know what those personal reasons are. All we can do is just take what we have and run with it. So, but yeah, that's pretty much like the overall situation for Kim Woojin, and I just kind of wanted to get your opinion on what you think about it.
Well, for me, this story is actually one I did not know, so I did not know that this one went down. But yeah, it really just sucks that, like, if he just didn't actually do anything, and it was just someone that was either clout chasing or being an anti-fan, like, really just came in and wanted to destroy his career. Like, that's really tragic that, like, he didn't even do anything. And now, like, to netizens, like, the Korean netizens can be so nasty on the internet. Like, people who are anonymous and they don't have their name or their face on the internet, they'll just spew, like, just the grossest vitriol. So I could definitely, like, feel, like, bad that he had to go through this, basically, if he really didn't do anything.
Yeah,
so.
Like, I feel like a lot hit him at once. Like, you never know, like I said, there was like a hole in the explanation of why he ended up leaving like the group in the first place. It could have been like something, like a lot of pressure from, I don't know, maybe like the company, or just like something that, that could have been like hard on him. Like, you just never know. But then also, like, it probably was a tough decision in itself. So, like, leaving it, and then all of a sudden, like, you have like these allegations and stuff against you, which at first, like, he didn't really respond to them because he felt like there was like no need to, because, like, well, it's not true. So, he didn't think it would, like, blow up and stuff like that, because, well, it's not true. But then it kept, like, as you said, like, the media likes to pick up on things like this. So he felt obligated at this point to actually speak about it. But then when he tried to do that, how like it's hard sometimes to translate Korean to English sometimes, like there's something that can be lost in translation. So because of that, a lot of his words end up getting like twisted, and no matter like what he said, people will still try to turn their backs and stuff on him, all at the same time. And he's just trying to like move past this, but you're getting all this hate from people who you thought were like your fans at first, but they're just being so hateful, and the netizens as well, the media as well, and then not being able to talk to his former members, probably, like, how are they feeling about, the situation? Do they even talk to each other anymore? Like, I don't know. It's a lot to, like, for one person to deal with. So I was, like, hoping that he had at least somebody, like, in his corner, like, to help him through it all. Because this could really, like, say, ruin a person and, like, really bring them down to, like, the brink of just wanting to end it all. And it has happened before, like, because of malicious comments and all that stuff. Like,
other K-pop
idols
stars
end up, taking their lives because of stuff like this. And, I feel like people need to, be careful and take, these situations seriously.
Yeah. So...
yeah.
I actually knew this was going on when it was going on. And I just want to say,
really?
Yeah, it was very confusing time. Because, I didn't know that he already left prior to this. But the situation happened. Someone claimed that they were his girlfriend. And that he was abusing her, basically, on Twitter. Which... it's Twitter. So it could be anybody. But, because of the times now, people thankfully do take accusations really seriously. And so people were more willing to believe this Twitter person than probably they would have before. Just because it is serious. And she had quote-unquote proof on her Twitter of instances that these abuse took place. So then, again, what I was saying before about the fans' videos, so many videos came out about, her tweets and other people saying that they also experienced this from him. And I just want to note that these were people in China. So the tweets now are being translated.
Wait.
Twice.
Wait, no. I think you're talking about Lucas.
No, not Lucas. This girl. This girl.
Oh, so this happened also with Woojin too?
Yes.
Oh.
So, because I went to the actual Twitter page of the person, of course, no picture, nothing. So, yeah, because I'm not like a stay or anything, but I did listen to their music, and so I was watching the videos on YouTube to see like what was going on. Because I saw, like, all this stuff is happening. And, then, as you said, he was trying to give, like, proof that this wasn't true. And then people were saying, like, no, he's faking this. And so, I can't remember exactly, but it was so crazy. It was, like, I feel like he started his own company or something. And people were like, he didn't really start his new company. As, like, the logo is fake and all this stuff. So, like, he's trying to, like, exonerate himself, and people are like, he's lying. And so then, as someone who doesn't know, I was, like, confused. I was like, is this true? Is this not true? Like, I don't know. So, I'm glad that it came out. I actually didn't know what happened with this in the end. So, I'm glad that there was a resolution that he didn't do this. But I will say, of course, there was no articles that said that he didn't do it. Or the conclusion of this.
It is like I don't know about like for that one, but at least like the situation, like for like in that case, they did, the girl or whatever, she did post like some pictures or something like that, at least like for the in the bar or something like that. And tried to show like, oh, he was wearing this striped shirt and like all this and it looked like this. But then like the police actually did an investigation and they made a statement too.
But it wasn't
they actually
like,
showed that,
as much as the headlines for what he supposedly did, when it was rectified, it's like, I didn't hear about it, but I heard about the other thing. And I wasn't even a fan, so I wasn't even looking for that. So, yeah.
But yeah, he ended up being innocent for it.
Yeah, but this happened before. With Kim Woojin from Double S501. I don't know, it was so wild. This happened like 2009, right? He had a girlfriend. She said that he was abusive towards him, which actually might be true. I don't know that part. But she ended up pregnant. Then they were like, is she actually pregnant or not? She wouldn't take like a pregnancy test. No, it was crazy. And he got canceled. This is the guy, he is in Boys Over Flowers. Like, that's how popular he was. Everybody loved him.
Wow. She
came out with all of this stuff, that he was abusing her, and she almost lost their kid over it, and all of that. Then, it turned out, like, they did an investigation, like, this was like, they went to court and everything. She was lying about certain aspects. She actually was pregnant, but she was lying about the abuse. Nobody heard that. I never heard that this entire time until 3 years ago. I thought he was guilty of doing this stuff, and it turns out he was not.
Wow.
Yeah, and it ruined his career. Like, he got kicked out the group. He's never acted before, but he is on YouTube. So if you guys want to check out his channel, he's on YouTube now, and he talks to a tiger. It's kind of weird, but I mean, after all that, like, I feel like it would drive you insane a little bit. But yeah, I really think, and this is not just Korean media, but any media that has to do with telling stories like this, they have to make a point of correcting things that aren't true. Because when these stories break out, everybody hears about it. Mm-hmm. But when it turns out that's not true, or there's like some corrections that need to be made, nobody hears about it. And like, people do hear about it, but the general public don't. So you ruin someone's name.
Right.
And then you're like, well, I did release an article, but it was like a small article that was just like, oh, it's not true. And nobody knows this, and you've ruined someone's life and their career. So yeah, they're
so quick to tear somebody down instead of build them back up.
Yeah, I'm glad that he is innocent of that, because I actually never knew what happened. And thought he was just living his life. So yeah, they really have to do a better job.
Yeah, I think those headlines just don't get clicks.
They don't.
Like, when they're just like, haha, by the way, you remember that one guy who did the sexual assault? Turns out he did not do the sexual assault. Like, no one cares.
Nobody cares at all.
Which is sad. It's sad.
Yeah, I wish, like, we had more, like, digital competency taught to us in, like, schools.
Yeah.
We need to be taught things that actually matter. Yeah.
But yeah, I just feel like if we're actually educated about, by the way, it's like human nature that we want to click the dramatic title, but that's not the full story. And you have to keep that in mind, that if you just learned a piece of information from a headline, it's not the full story, and you should look into it deeper if you want to have an actual conversation about it.
Right.
Because all I learned in my school was don't trust Wikipedia, and not everything on the internet is real.
Yep.
That, like, they didn't really go any deeper than that. But to be fair, the internet wasn't, like, developed enough for us to really notice those, like, things happening. But I do wish they would actually, like, start teaching, like, human nature on the internet, and, like, how to deal with, like, trolls and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And things about headlines and cancel culture, and, like, just, like, the human nature behind it all.
I think, too...
Oh, yeah, definitely cancel culture.
These articles and the videos and stuff, like... If you're gonna... Because I haven't checked, so I don't know, but... If you can still look up the first headline that's wrong, I think that needs to be fixed. Like, you either need to put in the title, like, edit the title, that's, like, correction, or something, or like, not true.
Yeah.
And then there's people uploading the videos on YouTube, like, you need to either take the video down, or like correct the title, but like just leaving that stuff up so somebody new who has no idea about the situation can also now fall into this trap where they think this is true.
Yes.
Like, they need to fix that. And I also say, personally, I just don't believe anything until it's been, like, a good amount of time. Like, anything that's breaking, I don't really pay attention to it, because the amount of times that it's actually not even been true is more than the times it's been true.
That's so true. That's so
like,
true.
If we had all just waited, like, a couple months when this is coming out to like, give it a chance for, like, an investigation to occur, I don't think it would have been as serious as it was.
No. Like, because these days, they're just saying any and everything. Like, recently, they were talking about Namjoon getting married.
Yeah.
or something like that. I'm like, what?
I feel like I saw a stray article about that. Like, there's, I don't know who, but, like, someone's claiming that, like, yeah, we're, like, talking about marriage and stuff.
Yeah, I think they were, like, exchanging on Twitter or something. They were like, yeah, I can't tell you his name or anything, but he's, like, super famous and stuff.
Don't
She's, like, the leader of BTS.
Twitter is not the truth.
Like,
yeah. So, yeah, like, stuff like that, definitely, I'm like, I don't trust that as far as I can throw it.
Yeah, but I will say for Woojin's case, like, they really took it far. I feel. More than other, like, scandals, that person was really committed in a bad way. Like, not to be admired. Yeah. But it was really crazy. Like, it even seemed real to me. But I was just like, I don't know this man. I don't know anything about the situation. I didn't. So I was like, you know, I wasn't like that hurt about it because I wasn't a fan. But I can imagine, you know, if something came out about someone I was a fan of, like, accusing them of this, I'd be like,
no, not you.
Yeah, I feel like I'd be betrayed or something.
Yeah. Yeah. But then, like, well, in that case, then, like, would you actually waited, like you said, actually waited out to make sure?
Yeah.
You know, that is not true.
I try to do that, especially with, he said, she said stuff. I really do try to not, I think, for me, like, I'm not gonna dismiss the accusation, because that's also important to believe people when they come forward. But I'm not gonna give judgment when all the facts haven't come out. And also, like, I'm a random person on the internet. Like, I don't have all the facts to even determine if this is true or not. So, but yeah, I would feel really betrayed if it was true. Then I'd feel really betrayed.
Yeah.
Because another thing is, I think they were really playing on the fact that, you know, he's supposed to be someone, he's an idol, like someone in power. So I think that person was really playing on the times that we're in these days.
It's just dirty.
was that chronologically after the Sunmi thing went out of control?
I think so. Or maybe around the same time.
Because, yeah, I could see how people would be, like, faster to believe that kind of thing after that incident.
Yeah, because,
like,
that doesn't sound real.
That was nuts. Like, the fact that there was just, like, whole group chats between these, like, male K-pop idols where they were literally sending videos of them raping women. Like, when like, that had already happened, I could see how people would, like, make that connection. And be like, oh no, it's happening again.
Yeah, exactly. And I think also because for that, I mean, not recently, but like kind of to the end of it, when it, like, people realized it was for real, then it was really serious. But I feel like I heard about this like a couple years before people were prosecuted and all of that. And people were just like, this is not real. Like, there's no way. And so, I guess you don't want to do the same mistakes of the past and be like, automatically, because something sounds crazy, automatically is not true. Because honestly, that's crazy. That's a crazy thing to have occurred.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get that. It's wild. It's honestly wild. I don't know. But all I can say, like, since this is Encourage Corner, we must encourage them, guys. So, do you guys have any, like, encouraging words for idols who have to deal with this bull?
Literally.
Please don't believe what you see on the internet. Plus, like, some Korean netizens can be just, like, so nasty. Like, I guess that's true in any country. Like, it's not just Korea. But, like, dang, they go hard. Especially against these idols. So, like, man, I know it's one of those that, like, even if there's just one negative comment and 10 positive comments, that you only focus on the negative comment. But, like, dude, just turn off the internet, man. Like, there's so many positive comments and people supporting you. And, like, it'd be tragic if, like, they did get depressed to the point of wanting to take their own lives. When it's like, there are a lot of people out there that do love you, or a lot of people out there that really appreciate you, but they don't voice their opinions on the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. If you're working hard and you're trying your best, that's enough, and you're doing a good job.
That's it.
Yep.
What about you, Nia? Any encouraging words for our fellow
Stay
idols
off Twitter.
who need it?
Don't go on Twitter. It's too good. Even I deleted Twitter. Like, it gets really toxic. Anything with, like, anonymous postings that can happen, just don't read it. And, you know, I don't know. If I was in that situation, I don't know how I would feel. It must be very frustrating to know the truth and people not believing you. But I think, you know, just stay aligned to who you are. You know what the truth is. Nobody can put lies on you. You can, you know, you're the person who defines who you are, no matter what. So that goes for anyone, because people, humans just like to talk about other people. So you know who you are, and don't let it get to you. It's really hard, obviously, but stay fast to who you are, and know that you're not alone. There's millions of people who are going through probably the same thing, and we all are just, you know, trying to live out here. It's hard. So, and also don't pass judgment on other people. If we all just stop judging people and let people live, the world would be such a better place. And don't believe everything that you read or see on the internet. I think we've all forgotten that. But it's the internet, and it can be fake.
Fake news.
Yep.
That's true.
Yeah.
Those are some wise words from Arial and Nia. I completely agree. Yes. Just, as they said, stay true to who you are. Try not to let, you know, all of this get to you. Like, whether you're an idol or just anyone in general, the internet can be very toxic. Social media can be very toxic. Just try not to let yourself be absorbed into it. I mean, criticism, like, it's good to have, like, you know, good feedback, you know, like, to help you grow. But, like, if it's just a bunch of negativity and, like, malicious comments and all that stuff, that's the unhealthy part. And that doesn't help with growth. It's just, like, tearing you down. So everyone, try your best to stay clear of those, and you just keep doing you, moving forward, being your best self as much as you can, taking it one day at a time, And yeah, just don't give up, and don't let anyone take your joy away and knock you down and stuff. Or if they trip you up, you know, and you fall, just dust yourself off and get back up again. You know, if you have to throw them the finger because they, you know, tripped you up, do that. And then dust yourself off and walk away. You know? You know? And don't turn back. Just leave them in your dust. Like, yeah. Bump you.
Heck yeah.
Also, on a random note, when we were talking about BI and TOP, I wrote in my notes, like, since TOP was doing weed and stuff, you know, like how there's different names for weed, like Mary Jane, ganja, and like pot. You know, like TOP spelled backwards is pot.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny.
I never thought of that. That's a good one.
Haha. It's in the name. It's in the name. But yeah. Anyway, yes. Kim Woojin, we love you. You're great. Bump the haters. Lucas, we love you. Bump the haters.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look that one up because I actually don't know what happened with that either.
What, with Lucas?
Yeah.
It was pretty much the same situation. That's why I was like, wait, are you talking about Lucas?
Yeah, these people,
oh, yeah, they did
I'm
Lucas
telling you.
so wrong.
Yeah, really. I don't want to, let's not get into this because y'all know how much I love Lucas. But don't do that to him.
Yeah, well, I'll just say this, like, real quick. They really did do him wrong, though. And then, like, to the point where he had to leave. Like, he didn't leave the group, but, like, he had to step away and take a break. It was very sad.
Are you serious?
Lucas, poor baby.
I didn't even know about this.
Like, it was literally the same situation. Like, I guess he was talking to a girl or whatever. And then she took those recordings and then kind of like manipulated them, and then whatever messages and stuff, and then yeah, pretty much the same thing.
Yeah,
turned on him, and yeah, it wasn't good. Poor Lucas. But I think he's making a comeback. He should be coming back soon. At least I heard.
Okay,
but we don't know.
That's good.
We never know.
Himne.
But yeah, thanks guys for joining me on this episode. I think this is the longest one yet. Yay! Making history. We actually just made Encourage Corner history, the longest episode. Congratulations. Over an hour. Hey, but it's okay. I'm proud. We talked about a lot of good things. You guys had a lot of great insight. And I think my BK Birdies learned a lot today about Korea media. And medicines, and how harsh it is. But as we said, keep your head up, guys. And yeah. So I think we'll pretty much end it here, so we not go on for days and hours and hours and hours and whatnot. So I hope everyone will have a great day, great night. Do you guys want to end it with me?
Sure. Okay.
Usually I say, yeah, and then annyeong. So.
Let's do it. Count us off. Yeah, annyeong.
Yeah, so you have to be like, yeah, annyeong. So like that. So we have to say it together. Okay?
I'm ready.
I'm not ready, but we're going to do this. Okay. Alright, here we go. Alright, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Annyeong.